Now, the next part is incredibly important. Yes, you have a beard oil company. Yes, you have a name and a domain. Technically speaking, though, you're not a real company until you get legit. Now, I say this with all the love and support I can give you. Do not make sales until this step is fulfilled, because audits and debtor's prison and everything else, that ain't no joke. We don't want litigation, okay? We want just a really great company bringing awesome products through the proper channels to make sure that everybody is clear and having a good time in our great land of America. Okay, so get legit. First of all, you want to find an accountant, a CPA, some financial institution that you absolutely trust to give you all of the information you need about how to get your paperwork rolling and make sure that tax information is all there and you've got everything you possibly need going forward so that you are prepared when you make that first sale, right? Now, most people will do something called an LLC, a limited liability company. Now, just to give you a real quick and dirty of it, I'm not like this big accountant mind or anything. That's why I have a CPA. But I do know this. An LLC gives you the flexibility of being just a sole proprietorship. That is, it gives you the flexibility to be taxed on one form, your personal tax form. But it gives you the added benefit of protection, like a corporation, from asset seizure should you ever be in a lawsuit. Now, not every single thing is ever always covered, and you'll have to talk with your CPA or your attorney if you have one of those about the ins and outs of all this kind of stuff. But the basic rundown is this. If you are an LLC, you are legitimate in the eyes of the law as a verified company. And in the event, God forbid, but in the event you are ever taken to court over something like your beard oil causes some kind of infection in someone's skin and you lose that suit, an LLC makes it to where in most cases, almost every case, the assets that are seized in order to pay the attacker in court are taken from your business and not from your person. And that's important if you want to keep your house or your car. That's not a business asset. So we're talking about topically used instruments and objects and things that are going to help beard growth be healthy. And all of that sounds really good, but you're talking about things that are going directly on skin. And this has been like a big point of conversation in our community just recently. But it's real. And anytime you put something on your skin and it has the ability to hurt someone, you do open yourself up to a level of vulnerability. So an LLC makes it to where even if you are taken to court and you lose a suit, you should be okay as far as where you live and taking care of your family. Mistakes happen. People are out there who are looking for any reason to attack. And I'm not trying to be a fearmonger or anything like that. Just round your bases. Get yourself an LLC. Make sure that you are legitimate in the eyes of the law. Also, along with that, you need your own business bank account. Something separately so that every purchase you make for supplies and every purchase you make to do research and development and market and do all the things that a business has to do, we'll talk about those later. You need a bank account that is dedicated to that. Now, once you are given an LLC from the Secretary of State, that also comes with an EIN, which is an employee identification number. That is your legitimate stamp. It's kind of like the Social Security number for your business, if that makes any sense. And basically, you would take that approval paperwork that you get from the Secretary of State, You'll take it down to the Register of Deeds office and you will register with your county. Now this is important because on a state level and a county level, businesses like ours that sell goods and services like what we do, especially across state lines and things like that, we have to register within our state to pay sales and use tax for our state. Now this, I'm talking as a North Carolinian. There are other states that have different ebbs and flows with how their legalities do, and you'll have to check about your own home state if you're not a North Carolinian, but this is pretty much the common practice across the board from what I understand. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. I'd be glad to bow to somebody else's greater knowledge about this, but I will also point out this. Sales and use tax, that's no joke. If you are selling physical products within your state, you are required by law to pay in sales and use tax. Those percentages vary from county to county and state to state, so you'll have to check with that. But each quarter, you're expected to give at least a form that shows how many sales have happened within your state and also within your county, and pay that in so that you stay legitimate as a business. This is a precautionary thing. It's also just a requirement. Do it. And the reason I say do it is because nobody wants to see a business go down for something as stupid as withholding when they should have been paying something that can easily be tracked and audited. And as most of you know, audits, they're kind of like a dirty word. We don't want them around us, right? So go ahead and get yourself legitimate by getting an LLC. You will receive an employee identification number, register with your county. You've already done it with your state by now, and pay quarterly sales and use tax to stay above board. Now I know this video was really dense and for me this is like not a fun subject to talk about, but I want to make sure that everybody who is out there thinking I want to jump in on this beard oil industry game, I want you to know the steps that I knew in the beginning but didn't know how to articulate. And I want you to know the proper order in which to do them. Now, for me, this kind of setup makes sense. I would love to know your experiences if you've already done this as a maker. If you're an owner of a beard oil company and I missed something that was really, really crucial to that whole process, please let us know in the comments below. It's super important that we help each other make sure that we're above board and make sure that everything we're doing is legitimate in the eyes of the law and the eyes of our consumers, and then we can sleep peacefully at night knowing that we've, crossed all the T's, dotted all the I's, and made sure that our business is in a legitimate standing and not in jeopardy of being folded in on itself just because we forgot something super important. So if there are any other points or questions you have, please put it down in the comments below. I love reading your comments. I love getting back to you. And I'd love to start up some more conversation based on this video itself. Now, next time we're going to talk about something probably a little more fun for you guys. I'm not the most tech savvy guy, but an online store is imperative to what you're going to be doing. And so we're going to talk about that next time, and we'll get into even more great first steps to get you rolling as the very next best beard oil company out there. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hit me up with any questions or comments you have. I'll be glad to get back to you. This is Jimmy Atkins, also known as King Tingle, signing off. And remember, you're not ready till you're ruddy.